Look at this. That beneath me is the village of Kinlochleven. I think that right there is the guest house where I've been staying. That guest house was what sparked my interest in the West Highland Way. Long story short, I found a way to spend a week there for free, and you can find out how you can do the same in this video. But today's video is all about the West Highland Way, one of the most popular long-distance walking routes in Scotland. It stretches for nearly 100 miles all the way from Glasgow to Fort William, and tomorrow I'll be walking the last leg of it from Fort William back here to Kinlochleven. Today we're gonna be chasing waterfalls, wild swimming, and doing all sorts of stuff in this area, so let's get started. It looks like the weather's gonna clear up as well, which would be really nice. Right, we've just made it to the waterfall. Check it out. I'm gonna do something fun and a little bit crazy. I'm gonna go for a little swim. I discovered I'm not the only one with this idea. There's a group of ladies to my left, which means this isn't as adventurous and bold and cool as I thought it was, but also I'm kind of relieved that I'm not here alone. So the only thing left to do is to strip. Ugh, I don't know if you can see them, but there are so many midges. Scotland's kind of renowned for them. Sorry, I look mad, but this is absurd. So I'm just gonna go in. All right. Okay, I'm not trying to be a hero or anything, but this is actually genuinely not that bad. Sorry, the lens got a bit rainy. It's raining a tiny bit, but this is very manageable. I'm going to show you exactly where this is on the map so you can find it yourself. The current is strong, so only come here if you're a strong swimmer, but otherwise, absolutely fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna go draw a bath now, and well, that's it. Okay, I keep wanting to turn back, but I know if I keep going, I'm gonna get a nice view, or I think I'm gonna get a nice view of the lake here, Loch Leven. So we're gonna push on for a little bit longer. Okay, so I was actually so focused on walking uphill that I missed the view of the lake here, and I'm going back down to see it properly. Let's flip this round. Look at that view. Right, this feels like a great spot to sit down and have a little snack. I get so many questions about what food I pack for my hikes, and I think this is a really good solution for when you're on the go. YFood is a meal replacement company, and I have tried quite a few different products in this category, different powders and stuff like that, but I have to say these are genuinely just the nicest tasting ones that I've been able to find. Each bottle has 500 calories, makes for a pretty substantial snack. It's got loads of nutrients. It doesn't have any lactose or gluten. You shake it, open it, and that's it. Lunch is ready. Cheers. Let's taste this. Oh, it's actually really nice. It really reminds me of those milk-based drinks that I used to drink as a child. Right, I've finished my lunch, so now I think it's time for a little nap. I got off the bus here in Fort William about half an hour ago. I've had a little walk around the town, and my conclusion is that you should definitely set some time aside to do that because it's really lovely. Beautiful architecture, the views of the mountains. are absolutely spectacular. But even more importantly, there are museums, there are really lovely restaurants, so it's definitely well worth your time. I don't think time is on my side today because the weather is definitely going to turn. Look at those clouds. They're basically predicting rain throughout the entire day, so I better get a move on, but I'm really glad that I got the chance to see it. And I'm going to quickly explain why I'm not walking from Kinlochleven, where I've been staying this entire week, but walking from here instead. It's because the buses are very irregular, and I was basically getting quite nervous that I wouldn't be able to make it back in time. So instead of walking to Fort William, I took the hour-long bus here. So all I have to accomplish today is make like Lassie and find my way back home. Oh, and the rain's starting. Literally, you can't see it because it's a light drizzle, but it's literally starting right as I got up. This right here is the original endpoint of the West Highland Way. So if you walk the full 96 miles, some people say it's 100, 96 to 100, this is where you would celebrate. I got this jacket about a week ago because I realized I don't have anything rainproof, which is ludicrous living in Britain and not owning a thing like that. I am linking it below, and I was sent it free of charge with no obligation to mention it in a video. But I do want to mention it because A, it's really cute. It's got like all these vents and pockets and stuff, and B, it's really comfortable. So I walked this way, got off the road, and now here we are. Here's a fun fact I just learned from that plaque over there. Curling is actually incredibly old. It dates back to 1638 here in Scotland, and this, what looks like a parking lot, used to be a curling ground for the locals. There's a little picture from 1890 of the locals playing it right here. There you go. And now we're just gonna continue walking. It's much nicer getting off the road. This may or may not be the wishing stone that the sign just told me about. I'm gonna touch it and make a wish. And my wish is to make it back to Kinlochleven. Now, I know by saying it, I have probably negated the effects of this magical stone, but I was thinking about this the other day. Do you not think it's funny that we're not supposed to say our wishes out loud? And why is that? Isn't it better to like share what your goals are? And then, I don't know, people around you hold you accountable, or you know, you've vocalized it, so you start consciously working toward it. What's the point to this secrecy? I don't get it. I'm now in a forest, and I have to say I'm really enjoying this walk already. It's so green, quiet. I've bumped into like 2 groups doing this walk, so it's not very busy at all. Absolutely peaceful. The only thing disturbing the peace, frankly, is me. First things first, view check. Look at this. Incredible. Like, how is this real? Secondly, have you ever read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho? I am reading it now for the second time, primarily because I'd forgotten what it was about, or just pretty much all the things about it. But secondly, because I came across it in my library's audiobook catalog. Libraries are an incredibly valuable resource. They're so incredibly well stocked these days, including audiobooks and various like newer formats, not just physical books. I've been reading it and I'm completely unsure as to what I think about it. I know a lot of people list it as like one of the most life-changing books they've ever read. There's definitely a lot of wisdom in it. Sorry about the heavy breathing, by the way. I am charging ahead. There's a lot of wisdom, but equally, I feel like a lot of it is just deep on the surface, but a bit shallow underneath it, if you know what I mean. I'm only halfway through, so jury's still out. But if you've read it, drop me a comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. I have decided to take a little detour, or what I hope is a little detour, because I can't actually figure out how far I'm gonna have to go. But basically there is an ancient fort. It was built about 2,000 years ago, or rather the remains of an ancient fort, because it also burnt down. And I don't know, I'm feeling curious. I mean, who wouldn't feel curious surrounded by views like these? Made it to the top. No sight of any Pictish fortresses, and I can't find it anywhere on a map, so that one might just remain a mystery, and that's okay. And I'm finally gonna have my breakfast at 1 p.m. Salami and cheese. Basic, but delicious. Right, I feel like this video is quickly becoming a lesson in things not to do when you're solo hiking, but I am just gonna be honest. I came up this way, like up the hill, and I don't want to retrace my step, and I think I found a workaround. I'm gonna try to connect onto that path, and then I think that one should be the West Highland Way. And if I'm wrong, I'm just gonna retrace my steps twice, which will be good punishment. I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was wrong, I was... Okay, I'm gonna stop. I was wrong. I couldn't get to that path, so I had to retrace my steps, just as I didn't want. And you know what? I'm glad I did. They were great steps. And now I've got about, what, 20,000 of them remaining to complete this walk. And that's all good. That's all good. I'm not tired at all. That was sarcasm. I am tired. Luckily this path is pretty well signposted with these symbols, because if it wasn't, I definitely would have gone that way, but hey ho. I feel like every time I point the camera at myself I look different. My hair's up, my hair's down, jacket's on, off. But I have a cultural update for you, which I'm sure you really deeply care about. You know how I've been listening to The Alchemist? Well, I have had to pause that for the time being. It was just getting a bit much for me. It's good, I intend to finish it, but it just wasn't the right vibe for me. So now I'm listening to Bill Bryson's short history of nearly everything. Bill Bryson's incredible for many reasons. The primary reason from my perspective being that he is extremely funny. There's also the fact that he's incredibly... just pretend that didn't happen. That he's incredibly knowledgeable. Great juxtaposition there. And thirdly, and this is probably a very me reason to like him, but he is an American that's been in the UK for a very long time and has a hugely blended accent, a confusing accent, because sometimes he sounds American, sometimes he sounds British. And for the past, let's say 6 months or so, maybe a year, I've been getting tons of comments about my accent and how it's shifted now that I've been in the UK for a long time. And I don't know, I feel an affinity with Bill Bryson because I think he gets those comments a lot as well, and if Bill and I ever meet, I'm sure we'll have a ton to talk about. For those of you who are subscribed to my channel, which by the way, you should totally do, you might have seen my video about my first solo camping adventure / fail. And in it, I was talking about how much I enjoy people greeting one another as you do these walks, and it is very much true here in Scotland as well. And it's like this perfect little microcosm that you just don't get in cities. Okay, I'm glad we got that. Right, so I found this little box here where you can leave your feedback, and I thought, you know what, I really want an excuse to stop for a bit, so I'm gonna do it. Friends! I have totally hit my stride. I looked at the map and suddenly I'm basically in Kinlochleven at the end of this hike, which is incredibly exciting. I almost kind of want to prolong it now, but let's not speak too soon. Let's not get cocky. Okay, nearly there, but look at this view. I'm gonna sit here for a bit, have a snack, and then go back to my hotel, which by the way, we might be able to see. We can see it indeed, it's right there, the yellow one. Here is my snack, oop, don't fall. And you've seen it before, but this is a different flavor called smooth vanilla. I 1000% recommend this walk. It was wonderful. Yes, it's pretty long, it's 15 miles, but the views more than make up for that little bit of sweat. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited to get back now. It's literally right around this corner. We'll be there in a minute. Yes! I quickly wanted to show you where I've been staying. I mentioned earlier that I've been staying here completely for free, and I just want to inspire you to watch my video where I explain how I did that, because this has been truly incredible. So let me give you a little walkthrough. This has been my room. This has been my kitchen. Again, have I mentioned I've been staying here completely for free? My living room. Okay, I gotta go catch my bus now, but do check out the video about Worldpackers and how I stayed here for free. It's linked below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.